Hey, what's going on, guys? I actually found a nice article that was given to me by a friend, and wanted to cover it. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Teeka, which is this guy right here. If you're not, look him up. Look up his videos, 5 cryptos, $5 million, things like that. I think that he's incredible when it comes to investments. I'm not a financial advisor, but he sure is. So I wanted to cover this letterhead and this article that I found, and the date on it is December 2019. So this was recent, one of his most recent, coming from Florida, one of his branches, which you can see up here. So what I found interesting was when they handed it to me, I had no idea that he had crypto in there. And he actually had a few stocks and a few things like that, but I won't get into all of that. I just wanted to go to this section here where it says trend number 2. I'll show you here on the screen where it says trend number 2. Trend number 2 right here. Cryptos. So I found that to be interesting. And it's a little gem, pretty much. So it says here, the second major trend we're following in 2020 is cryptos. We first recommended cryptos in 2016 as the perfect asymmetric bet. At the time, we saw tailwinds on the horizon, like the development of a Bitcoin ETF and Bitcoin's ability as a chaos hedge in the event of a global currency crisis. Since then, our overall PBL crypto portfolio is up 327%. Of course, some of the tiny plays are down, but these are asymmetric bets, just like our pure play cannabis picks. We only recommend you put no more than 200, 400 for smaller accounts and 500 to 1,000 for larger accounts into these types of plays. That limits our downside while positioning to recap 10 times, 100 times, and even 1,000 times gains, which is right here. So I found that to be interesting. And this is the next page. So if you want, go ahead and start reading that. Moving into 2020, we see two main fast approaching catalysts that will lift the prices of Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market: the halving and the Wall Street greed. If you're not familiar with the halving, it's a predetermined date when the rewards for mining new Bitcoin is cut in half. The rewards in the amount of Bitcoin miners receive for successfully solving a math puzzle generated by Bitcoin network. The next halving will occur in May 2020. This is how the network automatically issues its own currency. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin miners across the world compete to solve these puzzles. Right now, successful miners receive 12.5 new Bitcoin as a prize. But next year, the prize will drop to 6.25 Bitcoin over 1 year. That'll drop the new incoming supply from the 675,000 to about 337,500. That means Bitcoin differs from other currencies. Can never be more than 21 million Bitcoins in existence. The issuance is strictly regulated by computer code. Here's the most important thing you need to know. Each time the halving, which occurs every 4 years, has exploded the prices of Bitcoin higher as supply thins. 1 year before the first halving, it hit a bottom, but a year after, it hit all-time high. The same thing's happening during the second halving, and we're now approaching the third halving. Meanwhile, Wall Street's greed is a narrative we've been following for the past 2 years. That's because Wall Street is lining up a giant new pool of buyers to get into the space. Currently, Wall Street firms have no simple way to make money off crypto. So they've been standing on the sidelines while companies like Binance and Coinbase rake in billions of dollars in fees, and they're green and with envy. Wall Street makes big bucks by pushing financial products like ETFs, other funds, derivatives, and custody services. Banks and brokerages can then charge transactions, management, and custody fees on them. It's the lifeboat of the Wall Street profit machine. And since all the major online brokers just reduce commissions to zero, Wall Street is hungry for a new source of fees. This is why established players such as NYSE, parent company, Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, NASDAQ, TD, Ameritrade, and Fidelity Investments are all bringing crypto into their clients. Globally, German banks can now also pitch crypto products to their clients. These firms will launch products to help investors better navigate the sometimes complex waters of crypto investing. And this is wildly bullish for crypto because it'll grow the number of potential investors from today's 35 million to 500 million. So Wall Street's presence will usher in a wave of demand for crypto assets. Over the next several years, we could see 1 trillion migrate out of traditional stocks investments and into crypto assets. As you can see, we're now on the cusp of the 2 most important catalysts to ever hit crypto. The imminent 50% drop in the new supply of crypto's most widely held assets, Bitcoin, and Wall Street staffording hundreds of millions of brand new stocks buyers into crypto assets. The combination of these 2 forces will power Bitcoin and crypto assets values to levels we've never seen before. Our current crypto portfolio holds including Bitcoin, BTC, Ether, Ripple, XRP, Monero, XMR, steempower, Dragon Chain, Syndicator, Aragon, and Funfair. So these are all cryptos that he's saying are within his portfolio for the upcoming for this year, 2020. He says that there's a halvening happening, and the halvening is that miners are going to have less Bitcoin, or they're going to be paid less Bitcoin to mine. Also, Wall Street has been set aside because they can't really preach crypto, but now they can. And it's because of that we're going to see crazy prices in crypto, according to this article, which I found to be very interesting because everybody is bullish, including myself. I'm bullish on all cryptos. On all cryptos that I invest in. So, you see how he included BTC, ETH, Ripple, which is my favorite, Monero, steempower, Dragon Chain, I've never heard of, Syndicator, never heard of, Aragon, never heard of, and Funfair. So these are all low value coins that are supposed to be bursting, according to Teeka, and Teeka is surely almost never wrong. But let's go ahead and let's continue over here and read a little more about what he has to say about these specific coins. Let's see. Hold on. So as we go on, let's keep going. Bring on. Portfolio update. And here, these are all companies. Aurora. Okay. So here he starts with Bitcoin. In the biggest crypto-related news this year since Facebook announced its Libra coin, China's President Xi Jinping recently called for the country to accelerate its adoption of blockchain technology, and a slew of bullish news followed. A day later, China's Congress passed a cryptography law to provide clear guidelines, and regulation. It goes into effect January 1st. The Cyberspace Administrator of China announced over 500 projects have already registered to the Chinese government. The Vice Chairman of the China Center of International Economic Exchange said China's central bank is close to rolling out a digital currency, and the China National Development and Reform Commission scraped its plans to eliminate the Bitcoin mining industry, which had previously been a major threat to the region. Overall, it's big news. Any uncertainty surrounding China and blockchain evaporated, and crypto markets rallied over 25% as a response. Now the crypto market has pulled back some since then, but we expect this news will be a catalyst to blockchain technology, not only in China but all through Asia. This will benefit Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. Actions to take: buy Bitcoin BTC up to 25. Remember, I'm not the financial advisor. This is coming from his article, and he isn't a financial advisor. So let's continue with ETH. Ethereum 2.0 has been garnering headlines recently. It's a much anticipated network improvement overhaul, and while 2.0 is the biggest story, there's a minor network release scheduled too. The nearest upgrade, called Istanbul, is scheduled for December 7th. It'll bring Zcash interoperability, reduce costs for a privacy solution called ZK Snarks, and adjust fee pricing. Publishing the upgrade delivered via a hard fork is non-contentious, so ETH holders don't need to take any action with their tokens. The minute upgrade will bring more value to ETH holders and actions to take: buy ETH up to 550. Okay. Let's see what else it has to say. Steempower smart media token testnet went live in October. SMTs enable anyone to launch their own token on the Steem blockchain and take advantage of the infrastructure and reward system. That means every website and web app can have its own powerful crypto, and it can be customized to meet their own needs and maximize their own business and social objectives. Further, SMTs enable committees to reward the most valuable contributor based on their own standard. Mainnet release for SMTs is expected in early 2020 and should boost demand of the Steem powered token as well. I've never heard of that token, but I'll look into it. Buy Steem powered up to $3.50. And that's what they're saying. I'm not a financial advisor. That's what he's saying in his article. Let's go into Monero. Monero's network was upgraded on November 30th. It releases its latest proof of work (POW) algorithm, Random X. Random X improves network decentralization by reducing the amount of specializing mining rigs on the network. This keeps entry barriers low for new miners. While the changes are relatively minor, it's great to see Monero continue to take decentralization seriously and ensure the majority of mining power isn't concentrated. Keeping the network decentralized improves security as a result. Token holders don't need to take any action with their XMR. However, a wallet update may be required to, in some instances, hold Monero. Ripple recently announced the RippleNet surprised its 300th customer. RippleNet is the network of industrial payments provided to use XRP for liquidity. The most recent customers, including Faisal Bank in Pakistan, Bcash in Bangladesh, QNB, UK, banks in over 45 countries now use RippleNet. As customers begin using RippleNet, it'll boost demand for XRP, benefiting all the token holders. Just hold it, so to say. And here we go to Syndicator. Continues to deliver extraordinary gains to its users. In a 20-week experiment, the hybrid intelligent platform generated 228% annual gains. Most importantly, it had 77% accuracy. This experiment showcased the power of its signals to potential traders. In other news, Syndicator plans to announce platform enhancement on December 11th, which CND expects will affect every element of the ecosystem and be enhanced to bring more utility to the CND token by 30 cents worth. Okay, Aragon. As mentioned above, Ethereum is upgrading its network on December 7th via the Istanbul fork. When the upgrade took place on the testnet, some Aragon contracts are were negatively impacted. The media referred to these as broken contracts. The Aragon team has notified users on its network and on how to ensure the upgrade doesn't impact. Okay. Those are Aragon. Okay. And then you guys can read the rest. I'll leave the link underneath. But so far, I like the news he's giving. Kind of an overview of how to invest in it and what to do with it. So those XRP holders, just hodl. For the other tokens, I'm actually gonna make a video on their white papers so I can give you guys a little more on what they are. But this is a very interesting article, and I'm gonna go through the ones that he actually told us to get, which you guys already know. Bitcoin, BTC, which is ranked number 1. We're gonna go to Ethereum, which is ranked number 2. You guys see it right there. XRP, of course, ranked number 3. Monero is ranked number 10. Steem, which I've never heard of, is ranked 79. Dragon Chain, 347. As you can see, these values are very low. Syndicator, CND. Aragon Ant, 180. And Funfair. So for my future videos, I'm gonna kind of dig into this, and I'm gonna give you guys the white paper for Monero, Steem, Dragon Chain, Syndicator, Aragon, and Funfair. I will be covering those, so you guys get an update on those. And there's a reason why they're coming up. He does talk about Bitcoin and what's the big move on Bitcoin. So if you guys, in my opinion, if you guys follow any specific coins, just make sure you always watch Bitcoin. Until there's a coin that surpasses Bitcoin, you have to watch Bitcoin. These are my thoughts, these are my opinions. If you guys liked the video, please hit the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell, and I'll be sure to give you more information as I find it. Hopefully you guys found this article to be interesting as much as I do. If you guys need anything else, I'm gonna leave some good stuff on the in the description. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.